This is not the America that you knew. This is the new world order. Make no mistake about it. You're going to deal with military mind games like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see shit that you ain't never seen before. You got to stay focused to see through the bullshit. Don't let these people lead you like a dog on a leash. You are not a horse.
These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far. I down, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. Shit. You gotta love it. The world is full of niggas scoring, balling on a budget. But fuck it. Shit. And am I still banging or not? I will just not discuss it. Shit. Cause that's not for the public. And my destiny's written, $1 million been marched on a budget. Before I leave my house, I wipe down my 9 and I tuck it. Stay on guard from all this fuck shit. I live what I spit, I can trust it. You niggas is busted. Shit. On 183rd, where you find me at? I'm black when niggas get bodied at. From a culture that's based on no facts. So if we say it's facts, we still say it's probably that. From our cars and they bitch, when I go to they crib, I'm like, nigga, where's those Ferraris at? 90% this shit probably cap. 100% this shit only rap. Entertainment. Do not put so much responsibility on entertainers. As for me, I just stay in my lane. Nigga super gang banging, chain swinging, big ding hanging. Fuck the words that he's saying. They just following the cadence. I am not for the complaining. It take too much energy. I need my energy. Combating all these frenemies. And niggas that want to see the end of me. What's a sin for them is not a sin for me. So go when I show them no sympathy. Until they show each other sympathy. Niggas empty, but ain't nothing empty in me. Niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. Why niggas spending all their money living in the dark? I'm living in the days of Noah, I'm just building arks. Water coming, water rising. Is it a shortage or is it climbing? Is it a comet or niggas wildin'? Or secret societies mixed with timing? Either way, I stay on topic. I can't worry about shit if I can't stop it. I'm just waiting on death, I was born a hostage. Surrounded by niggas born in the project. With they mama emotion and lacking logic. All the shit that I know's what they lack in college. And degrees that they giving is pathologic. I just fly in the sky like I'm half an object. Shit. It's really real, I really feel like that. I ain't gotta be gang just to feel like that. I ain't gotta slay things and go kill a cat. I can rebuild the world and then fill it back. Niggas locked in the cage, I ain't here for that. With a minimum wage, I can't deal with scrap. How these rappers get paid, I can't build with scraps. Ain't calm building cities, I'm just super bitty. Came from hats for Leos and Billies. No response from my city. Niggas hate me, bitches plotting to get me. Hearing Glock sounds with the top down. Niggas talk shit when I'm not around. Homie, don't play that cause I'm not a clown. I always stay up cause I'm never down. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that hit, we gon' run it up. Stay with 245s and they double tuck. Keep them outside of the window, they bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I opt out, make them cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up.
The brave. More like the land of the thief, the home of the slave. 2 million people go missing every year. Where they disappearing to?
Chimney, chim, chibri. Yes. None of the presents under the tree was for me. A foster kid within his own family. It sounds fucked up, but nigga, that's me. I hated how my mama just took off. I guess she was mad the way that she got shook off from dad. Grandma did the best she could. Yes, man, but I still did it hand to hand. I still sold packs and grams. And I still lived off the land, trying to stack some grams. And I still try to be something that I'm not. The other dude right there, you know the next man. Why not the best man? Let me know. It's like a test, man.
Yes, it is.
I'm just asking before I die. Can somebody tell me who I am? Goddamn. It's my pops calling Sam, or that cat that be picking up cans, or that dude that you used to fight. I seen the mail, mom. That nigga in Clinton. Am I from Harlem or Brooklyn?
I don't know.
Spring Valley or Charleston?
I don't know.
A few cats have to where I've been, so I know y'all understand where I'm at with it. Anybody that ever been through anything in their life? Just vibe with me. It's all the struggle. You can overcome anything. Persistence overcomes resistance in every aspect of life. Rock with me, understand. Now I'm in the scheme of things, the Benz, the Bentley, Coops, the beam of things, the coke, the dope, the triple beam and things.
I'm getting money.
You know the dream of things. Man, I thought I was the shit, had a Benz, but I lived in my nana's basement. Here's the question: how could a young nigga be so old? How could a hot nigga get so cold? How can an old nigga be so young? How can a smart nigga be so dumb? How can a cool nigga be such a nerd with no wings? How can I be a bird? How come getting what I deserve is so unheard and so absurd? Why am I still here? So many niggas is gone, I was born my year. Scoot up writing this rhyme, I had to shed a tear, cause I've been waiting so long to say this shit here. Yeah. Y'all know where I'm at. That's just how it was. I smile now, but I smile and stop crying. Yeah. Get to me. Yeah.
Alright, people, y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off them shoes and super violate that like button. Huh? Kevin Haas, you looking fresh, bro. Thank you, family. Ready, Haas, thank God you went live, bro. I'm crashing out. Haas still waiting on my wrench. Do not block anybody unless they saying some homophobic shit in the comment section. I don't care about people disagreeing with me. You can disagree. Just don't be disrespectful. It's a lot going on. We living in critical times. I told y'all before, years ago, and for years, people always say, oh, Hassan Campbell, he keeps repeating the same thing, right? Because sometimes we got to remind ourselves of where we're going. We are living in the signs of the times. We have, like, to actually study the stuff that I study. And I'm not big on reading. I'm not much of a reader. But to study the stuff that I've studied 25, 30 years ago, and to see things coming into it just happening right in front of your face, it's scary. I told y'all, the trumpet has been blown. Huh? The trumpet being blown. Signs of the times. Donald Trump. I respected the policies, and I still respect some of the policies of Donald Trump. Not all. But y'all know how I say, something just ain't right. The nigga making me nervous. It's sort of like, you ever seen somebody holding a gun and they pointing it in every direction because they ain't never used the gun and they just wilding out with that gun and you ducking and you hiding and you... Yeah. That man making me nervous. He making me nervous. Too many issues. Why your boy Brillo killed that freestyle in that car like that? Brillo was a beast. Shout out to Brillo. Let me tell y'all something, right? I don't trust no politician. It's plain and it's simple. For one. For two, I definitely don't trust no politician, whether it be Trump or Kamala, when they both stand up under the umbrella of evil. And I don't really want to say a specific umbrella, the name of that umbrella, because certain people, it's two people they teach you in this world that you can't play with. One is the gays, and y'all know the other one. Don't even say it in my comment section. And one thing I keep noticing with Trump, he ain't going against them, and he's pledging his allegiance to them. While they running the earth, and they doing worse crimes, and they committing worse crimes than Hitler himself. So when you pledge allegiance to a people that can do another people like that, I just got to keep my eye on you. I'm sorry. When you can do another people like that with no conscience, I got to keep my eye on you because you're dangerous. Oh, there's a lot going on. And see, when I put up little posts on my Instagram, or rather me letting everybody know that I'm getting ready to go, I'm getting ready to go live, right? You got little people, oh, where you getting your information from? From the horse's mouth. Trump is not biting his tongue. He's not playing. That man is not playing. Yaramir, word up, that Brillo freestyle was dope. I've been having it on repeat in the whip, making another one. Brillo is a beast. Brillo is a beast. Now, we're going to run through academics briefly so we can get to the real shit, because the truth of the matter is, it's not much to be said about academics, right? It's not much to be said about academics. Here's the reality with academics. He got banned on Twitch, as he should. Good for him. Good for him. I respect Twitch for having the back of that little boy that he was violating like that. I stand on that. I don't care how academics feel. He's totally wrong. And the reality of it is that act numbers, YouTube didn't ban him yet, but his numbers is showing. All of that going live with 20,000 people watching him, it's not happening right now. That nigga, the nigga's numbers is showing. And it's not even about that for me. What it's about is the principle of the fact that when you listen to academics, him talk to that little boy, he shows you that he has no boundaries with children. And that's dangerous. He has no boundaries with children to even be able to talk to a child like that, and a child has to remind you and put you in your place. I already did a live on academics on my Raw and Uncut channel, and I know a lot of y'all didn't get the notifications or whatever the case, because they ain't sending the notifications out. But I already did a whole live talking about this. But now, you know, it's good to see Twitch has put their foot down. They kicked him off of their platform, and he lost wild sponsors, as he should. The only thing that got me sitting up there puzzled, but I'm really not that puzzled, because I had to learn, you know, for myself. Everybody, like, when you build a following, everybody's not going to jump ship. Some people was cool with what academics said to that little boy. Some people don't have no problem with what academics said to that little boy, because they would do the same thing. And it's just simple. I ain't got to sit up there and go back and forth on academics, because I don't hate Ack. I thought me and Ack was very, very cool until I seen him making videos about me when I got shot. Like he thought the shit was funny. You see a nigga have a mental breakdown. Like for me, myself, you know, I know people that couldn't even watch the video because they love me too much. Even some of my supporters that's been following me for years, they said, yo, they can't even watch that because it made them cringe and it made them cry. So when you sitting up there and you laughing and you think it's something funny, like, nah, nigga, I didn't think nothing was funny about that. I was going through something. I was spiraling. On top of the fact that let's keep it all the way funky, right? Because a lot of people were like, yo, you foul, you doing act wrong. Like, nigga, do y'all understand? When I got drunk on his platform, because that last show we did together, that was a 5-hour goddamn show. And I'm sitting up there and, you know, I get emotional. I get teary-eyed. He puts out the worst footage of me on that live. And didn't put out none of the rest of the footage. That was one of the most powerful shows that we did. The third time that I did Akademiks, he put out some of the worst footage, and he did that shit deliberately, thinking that I can't see him, that I'm watching you. I'm watching your corny little fat ass. Yeah, I'm watching you. I'm seeing you. Me and this nigga supposed to be doing podcasts and business together, but then I sit back and watch him sit up there and sign a deal with Troy Ave, and I'm like, look at this shit, interesting. Me and this nigga supposed to be doing shows together, but he tried to replace me with Charleston White. But him and Charleston White, it's a lot of things that I didn't even tell y'all because I didn't even care. I just sat back and I kept watching. But this ain't personal with me. It ain't personal with me. The fact that he sat up there and told me straight up and down, me and this nigga on the phone, yeah, they're going to take your channel. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to start playing with your channel. They're going to take your monetization. Then they're going to fade you out. Nigga, how you knew they was going to do that to me step by step? What meeting did you have with who? Who told you they was going to do that to me? And why would they tell you out of all people? I'm just letting you know who you was talking to behind the scenes at YouTube. My platform was getting so big. My numbers, see, they wasn't letting my platform grow because my numbers stayed the same. All these big platforms, I'd have been on Tasha K. I'd have been on Queen's Flips. I'd have been on Star. I'd have been on, but even after that, Tasha K, Vlad, Adam 22, Akademiks 3 times, and a few other platforms. I'd have been all big platforms. My numbers didn't change at all. But yet every day I'm sitting up there doing 100,000 views in less than 10 hours on every video. And then, boom, voila. So for me, like, listen, man, I got shot in the projects drunk, throwing a rant over Cassie getting $30 million because I'm just sitting up there bugging like, so y'all only care about celebrities? Or better yet, in this situation, and shout out to Twitch for putting a firm foot down on Akademiks, because the reality of it is he needs to learn a lesson. You can't play with kids like that, my nigga. But the sad part about it is it doesn't matter to me that Twitch, that they cancel him. That don't matter to me, because the fact remains that I know now what I know no matter what, Akademiks got an eye for them youngins. He showed that. He has no respect for their boundaries. He don't look at them as children. He look at them the way he was talking to Shorty, with lust. And that's the shit that I can't sit with. It be the little things. Yes, it definitely be the little things. So that's really my take on Act. I'm not going back and forth and doing no long drawn out, live on Akademiks. Like, nah, he don't need that much of my energy. It is what it is. The world's seen him for what he is. You can't cancel a nigga like Act. Only Act can cancel Act. He got a following that he built that's still gonna support him, just like I got a following that I built that's gonna support me. It is what it is. So signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000 person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all know what Guantanamo Bay is? Have y'all been paying attention back in some years with all these wars going on, all them captives, the prisoners of war that they had over there, they was waterboarding them? Listen, man, I've been to jail before. Rikers Island was a hellhole, but it don't have nothing on Guantanamo Bay. And I'm telling y'all, this president that's in office right now, Trump, is not playing. First and foremost, what y'all need to do is y'all need to understand that there is laws that they've been passed, like the Patriot Act. Under the Patriot Act, you can be exiled out of this country. People like, nah, he not gonna do that. Y'all not listening to this nigga. It hasn't even been days. The president don't even have a whole full week or two in. The first day he waged war. Doors is being kicked in. They got ICE running into school, snatching children out of school. I don't know, and listen, to anybody that's out there, even if you've been in this country for 20 years, if you've been in this country for 20 years, it doesn't matter. If you did not get your citizenship, don't send your kids to school until you figure the shit out. Do not send your kids to school because ICE is not playing. In order to catch the parents, if they can't catch the parents, they're going to catch the children at the Board of Education. And see, one thing that rubs me the wrong way is that it's okay. I have no problem with ICE running down on all of these gangbangers and these criminals that was released from these prisons from other countries that's coming over here committing crime. I have no problem with that. But the problem is that this administration has a problem with mishandling children. Children are disappearing. I'm seeing news articles with children being found in the back of Pepsi trucks and stuff like that, dead bodies. So I have a problem because the reality of it is when these children go missing and they end up dead, it's not hitting the news the way that it's supposed to. It's not hitting the news the way that it's supposed to. It's getting real in the battlefield, man. It's getting real. Like, for me, I'm not going to even lie. Trump kind of making me scared. But you know why I like Trump? Because the nigga is telling you exactly what it is and what it's going to be, unlike Kamala Harris, where she's sitting up there smiling in your face, and meanwhile, she got the border jumpers coming over here, giving them the best life, and they killing our civilians. Now we got to live in fear because they getting caught with arsenals of guns because they don't have no fear for our police. I'd rather have the ugly truth so I know where this world is going than a beautiful lie.
So signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000 person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo.
On Thursday, ICE detained American citizens, a military veteran, and one of my colleagues and her son, who is 8 years old. Now, my colleague and her son are Black American citizens. They have Jamaican ancestry. They were detained for over 24 hours. That's how long it took us and lawyers to get them out of ICE detainment. And the son now has extensive trauma, and they are Black Americans. I'm not sitting this out. I just said in another video, I'm not sitting anything out because our community is going to need us. Black Americans were detained. That means they're not going after just people who are illegals, as you want to call them. They're going after whoever they can. And the 14th Amendment was an amendment that gave Black people birthright citizenship that were descendants of slaves. So if that is repealed and they go after one group, who do you think they're going after next? I'm not sitting anything out. Not when my community is going to need me. I'm not going to do it.
Who do you think they're coming after next? Which y'all didn't hear. Yo, y'all not listening to Trump? You're not listening to him? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
They are very violent people. We also have many violent criminals in our country, however, that did not necessarily come here illegally, but have been arrested 30 times, 35 times, 41, 42 times in a couple of cases, 25 times, 18 times, many for murder and other heinous charges such as pushing people into subways. As the train's coming along at 45 miles an hour, boom, you get pushed into the subway. They had it last week. Hitting them in the head with baseball bats while they're not looking, punching old ladies in the face, knocking them unconscious and stealing their purse. They even break into apartments and rape elderly women and beat up elderly men, beat them to hell. And I don't want these violent repeat offenders in our country any more than I want illegal aliens from other countries who misbehave. And I say, and this is subject to getting it approved, but if they've been arrested many, many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers, I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country along with others. Let them be brought to a foreign land and maintained by others for a very small fee, as opposed to be maintained in our jails for massive amounts of money, including the private prison companies that charge us a fortune. Now, let them be brought out of our country and let them live there for a while. Let's see how they like it. You'll see crime all over the country dry up. Essentially, that's what Venezuela and other countries are doing. They're getting rid of their criminals and putting them into the United States of America. And their crime is down by almost 80%. We're going to restore law and order in America, and we want to bring back the death penalty for these horrible people that kill people. It's always a tough thing to say, but nobody likes it. But if you don't do it, we're just looking for trouble.
Now let me break that down for all you slow mother that don't pay attention, that can't hear and read with understanding. The man said, what is part of the Patriot Act. See, this is what y'all gotta understand, right? There's laws that's been enacted that if we fall up under martial law, you can be exiled. If you are a gang member, if you have tattoos on your body, tattoos, you can be exiled out of the country forever and put in jail without a trial. Now, I don't think y'all understand, right? Trump is trying to get rid of SNAP, welfare, food stamps, Section 8, right? He's trying to get rid of all this, right? When he stopped those programs, do you know how bad the crime rate gonna go? You know these little niggas out here, when they see their mother crying, because she been on welfare for 15 years, 12 years, and she won't get her ass up and get a job. And now there is no jobs because Trump is firing he's getting rid of every department of everything. Elon Musk is telling you that there will not be no jobs because we are getting ready to deal with the rise of the machines. So now I ask you people, what you think is going to happen when them little niggas in the street got to watch their mother cry because she ain't got welfare? The crime rate going to go up. So now dudes sitting up there talking about, if you don't want to go to jail, stay out of trouble. What you going to do when one of them little niggas run down on you and they pointing that beam dead in your face and they telling you to take it off? What you going to do? Especially when you living in a state like New York, where there is no stand your ground and you can't have a gun to defend yourself. So now you running around with a weapon on you to defend yourself, and you get picked up because you got a gun on your waist and the police catch you, but all you was trying to do was make sure that these little niggas don't rob you. You think the police gonna hear? They gonna care about your story? Do you think that they're gonna care about your story? No, they're not.
Not only does this administration's new policy put people at risk, but it is plainly unconstitutional. The president does not get to decide which laws to enforce and for whom. When Congress dedicates funding for a program, the president cannot pull that funding on a whim. Later today, I am leading and joining with my colleagues, my fellow Democratic attorney generals, in suing this administration to stop this illegal freeze of essential funds for our state. We will not stand for any illegal policy that puts essential services for millions of Americans at risk. And we work tirelessly overnight to ensure that that does not happen. Our lawsuit will seek a court order to immediately stop the enforcement of the OMB policy and to preserve essential funding for Americans.
So now, for those of y'all that think that this is a game, no, there's people fighting because Trump is not playing. And you know what? See, me being somebody that made mistakes in the past, I've ended up in jail for murder a few times, not once. I've ended up in jail for murder 3 times. So whatever these niggas be telling you, they be lying or whatever. And I'm not saying that to glorify myself. I'm saying, look at the man that I am now. In our hood where we grow up at, sometimes our environment brings out the worst of us. It brings out the worst of us. So you have good kids that do bad things. And some of these kids that end up in the penitentiary, we living in different times. You mothers out there that's sitting on your ass, you sending your sons outside to be raised by the streets. You sending your sons outside to be raised by the streets, you're going to find out the hard way. Akademiks, I hope I pronounced that right. FBA owners significantly less land than we did in 1865, and the racial wealth gap is growing. What have to happen to black-owned, operated businesses? We rise like it did in the 1900s. Illusion of conclusion. But you gotta understand something, right? I don't think y'all understand. Me being somebody that promotes music, right? I be trying to show love to the rappers on my Instagram. I'm not a rapper. I play rap music in my intros to show love to some of the dudes that I know that rap, right? And you can't get black people to support black people anymore. The hatred to see somebody winning, or it's crazy because the hate that we have towards each other is at a new level. This shit different. And the window of opportunity is closing. I'm not going to even lie. I'm nervous. I'm seriously nervous because it's not just about me and me saying, all right, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm going to be all right. But there's a lot of people that's not going to be all right that I love. And my whole thing is like, because people didn't take the steps to save for a rainy day, they didn't take the steps to save for a rainy day, they're going to be looking at you. And in some cases, you're going to have to say no to your family. Because now if you go into your stash to make sure they all right, when they didn't make sure they was all right, because they wanted to party and bullshit and party, they celebrating failure. 2000 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight we gonna party like it's 1999. Huh? What part y'all don't understand? Times is getting, I don't know what people don't understand, but there is something big. Mark my words. Remember I said this. There is something big getting ready to happen in America. And once that happened, Donald Trump, when he declared martial law, they won't be able to stop him. People only support what's already popular. Yes. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Y'all gotta hear this again.
They are very violent people. We also have many violent criminals in our country, however, that did not necessarily come here illegally, but have been arrested 30 times, 35 times, 41, 42 times in a couple of cases, 25 times, 18 times, many for murder and other heinous charges such as pushing people into subways. As the train's coming along at 45 miles an hour, boom, you get pushed into the subway. They had it last week. Hitting them in the head with baseball bats while they're not looking, punching old ladies in the face, knocking them unconscious and stealing their purse. They even break into apartments and rape elderly women and beat up elderly men, beat them to hell. And I don't want these violent repeat offenders in our country any more than I want illegal aliens from other countries who misbehave. And I say, and this is subject to getting it approved, but if they've been arrested many, many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers, I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country along with others. Let them be brought to a foreign land and maintained by others for a very small fee, as opposed to be maintained in our jails for massive amounts of money, including the private prison companies that charge us a fortune. Now let them be brought out of our country and let them live there for a while. Let's see how they like it. You'll see crime all over the country dry up. Essentially, that's what Venezuela and other countries are doing. They're getting rid of their criminals and putting them into the United States of America. And their crime is down by almost 80%. We're going to restore law and order in America, and we want to bring back the death penalty for these horrible people that kill people. It's always a tough thing to say, but nobody likes it. But if you don't do it, we're just looking for trouble.
If we don't do it, we're just looking for trouble. See, here's the thing. I agree with everything that Trump just said. Listen to how he broke it down. Listen to how he broke it down. He even mentioned the train. He reminded me of me, how graphic I am. Yeah, the train going at 40 miles an hour and the man just being pushed up under the train. Yeah, I saw that. That man actually survived. One of them survived. That was a miracle. That's why you know God is good. But It's always, you always got to look a little bit deeper in the situation, right?
I've seen a lot of people confused about the fact that Native Americans are being picked up by ICE, and they're like, where are they even going to deport them to? Oklahoma? I need you to get like 2 steps ahead. Mass deportations is exactly how it started in 1930s Germany, until they conveniently realized that they had nowhere to actually deport these people to. So what did they do? They invested in building detention centers, which we now know as concentration camps. That's exactly what they did. There's a reason that Native Americans were brought up in the birthright citizenship argument. It was not a mistake that Native Americans were picked up. They are planning for it.
Yes.
They are also going to use the excuse that Mexico is turning away all of the deportees as another reason why they need to build more detention centers. And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at Mexico.
That's what's happening right now. These other countries are turning away their criminals. So now watch the rise of concentration camps.
Need to be fighting back as well. That's not the point of this. But they are going to use it as an excuse to give government contracts to private prison companies to build more detention centers. That is the plan. It is why private prison companies are investing so heavily in Congresspeople's campaign funds, and why Congresspeople are investing so heavily in private prison systems stocks. AOC literally just commented on this. That is the plan. The plan is concentration camps. They are going to find loopholes in laws like the Patriot Act, which allow for people to be stripped of their due process if it's a national security concern. And they're going to find loopholes like the 13th Amendment that allows for slavery in prison. And they're going to use those loopholes to charge these people with crimes that have life sentences, no due process, and they are going to use them for slave labor. They are planning concentration camps. Please get ahead.
And see, the thing that y'all got to understand is that under the Constitution, slavery is abolished unless you go to jail. Mush, thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. He said she got 11 cats smelling like piss. Oh, man. Oh, man. Then the sad part about it is, you know, FEMA is not, FEMA, ICE is not playing. Them niggas is running through the Bronx. And, you know, the Cape Crusader, shout out to Lisa Evans, she's on the job.
This neighborhood of Highbridge, which is just up the hill from Yankee Stadium, is buzzing about this early morning raid that took place with federal agents along with NYPD special ops, where they took into custody an alleged criminal migrant. It all happened right in the building you see right behind me, the first floor apartment here, and the head of Homeland Security was along for the takedown. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem tweeted out that, quote, a criminal alien wanted for kidnapping, assault, and burglary charges is now in custody thanks to ICE. The secretary added that, quote, dirtbags like this will continue to be removed from our streets, end quote. So you can be sure that this is not the only one. The raid signaled the start of ICE operations in New York City. From law enforcement agency photos, the DEA and ATF were also involved. Residents of the building tell us the suspect is one of more than a dozen migrants who took over and squatted in an empty first floor apartment and conducted various criminal activities. Here's what they told us.
There's 15 of them in a 1-bedroom. I felt great about it. They were destroying the building. They were constantly doing drugs in front. I even seen prostitution walking around. They were illegally squatting. They're criminals. They're destroying the apartment. If you go inside, it's destroyed. Walls are ripped out. The toilet is ripped out. It smells sometimes coming out of there.
There's a lot of people without papers over here.
Now,
damn, they said the apartment stank. Like, wow. And see, y'all not understanding. It's like sometimes I don't even have to do all the talking. I let some of these other people talk so y'all can hear the different mindsets, because everybody's nervous because Trump is showing you he means business. And see, people be like, oh, you promoting fear. Like, nigga, you ain't got to fear death to die, my nigga. What I got to put that in subtitles or something? You ain't got to fear death to die. Nor do you have to fear deportation to find yourself crying through a fence when they separating you from your family and you like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm an American citizen. Because if somebody's not willing to fight for you, to pull the proper strings, when you get picked up by ICE, if they deem you to be a illegal or whatever they want to call it, and they grab you, and your family's not watching, your family's not on, if you get pulled over in the streets, and they call you an illegal, what's to save you? You do realize that police come through the hood all the time, throw a gun in somebody's car, get them locked up for a crime that they didn't do. You don't think some of them ICE agents are gonna sit up there and say, hey, this is Julio Iglesias, he belongs over there in Guatemala. You don't think that they're capable of that when they're showing you what they're capable of every day? So you think that because you American and you got a job that you safe? It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Ain't nobody safe. Especially when you dealing with these racist pigs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Harrell here, LFA TV. We've got some breaking news. Colombia officials refuse to accept the illegal aliens that we have shipped back to them as this ICE deportation operation has commenced and is now fully underway. And we'll get back to that in a minute. But the reason for this video is to basically bring you through this sequence of events here. The president of Colombia, who is a very socialist and unwanted character even in his own country, has refused to take back the illegal aliens that Donald Trump and Tom Homan in the United States have sent back via plane, which President Trump then said is you're putting the United States national security at risk. And because of this, we are now imposing a 25% tariff on all goods coming from Colombia, visa revocations, enhanced security for all goods coming in from Colombia, meaning basically going through them with a fine-tooth comb. And President Trump promises that after 1 week, those tariffs will go to 50%. And things will continue to happen. Also issued a travel ban on all of the officials, high-level officials surrounding the president of Colombia and his supporters as well. So we have a travel ban, we have visa revocations, we have a 25% tariff, we have increased inspection security of all goods coming in from Colombia, with the promise that this will only continue to enhance and be upgraded to 50% tariffs and more. President Trump is not screwing around. You know that this administration in Colombia is going to fold like a cheap suit real soon, because they have to. And this just goes to show and set an example of, or even to verify everything that we've been saying, is that these people are unloading their prisons, unloading their mental institutions, unloading their worst of their worst here in the United States, and they don't even want them back. Now, getting back to what Tom Homan and ICE is doing, every day I'm getting numbers from ICE immigration, basically laying out the number of arrests and detainments that they have done. And just in the first week alone, you're talking about 500 to 600 arrests every single day. And the snowball hasn't even begun to pick up steam yet. That's just in the first week. I can't wait till we're seeing 5,000 a day. And here's the thing to top it all off. The Trump administration has already been able to find 80,000 of the 400,000 or so illegal kids that are missing, which lets us know that the Biden administration either wasn't looking for them or didn't care at all, or were in on it. But here's what we do know. If you're going to find 80,000 kids that quick, then somebody must have known where they were. You don't just find 80,000 people in a week. So there's kind of your weekend wrap up of illegal immigration and the border invasion and what is being done to rectify that. Again, the top story here is Colombia has decided we're not taking back the disgusting people that we sent you. You keep them. And President Trump said, yeah, I think you will. I think you will. Tune into LFA TV tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, going all the way through 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night. Catch my show at 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll fill you in more on the deportation operation here in the United States of America. God bless.
See, I got to stop spending your time listening just, to the entertaining part or celebrity gossip part of YouTube. You got to really start listening to what's going on. If this what has happened has to take for unity and niggas to stop poisoning our hoods, wasting money on YouTube or YT products, sell their grandparents' home to rent and go broke, so be it. Purge them out. F it. Yeah, liberal girl, I disagree with you, big bro. Well, you know what? See, my whole thing is that I still have to, as a man, I still have to have compassion, because the reality of it is, for me to sit up here and lie and act like I'm not going to be hurt when some of the people that get caught up in this rapture may be some of our people. Like, for example, I'm very cool with my gardener, the dude that designed my yard. I'm very cool with him. Them some cool dudes. My dude George. There's certain people I don't want to see get caught up in that. These niggas is feeding their family. And it's crazy because it's like I had to talk with my gardener, not my gardener, but the dude that do the masonry work, right? And George, he told me, he said, listen, man, he said, I don't eat if they don't eat. He said, I don't eat if they don't eat. Those people that's running around with him, doing the work with him, I know them, some of them dudes is not in the country legally. I know they not. But all of them are good parents, and all they do from sun up to sundown is work. And no, I don't believe that they should fall victim to this shit that's going on, because Trump is not just going after niggas that's committing crime. He going after people that created a whole, like, I'm seeing businesses, people who came in this country 30 years ago, 40 years ago, who's running businesses. They whole businesses is being shut down, and they say they're being sent back to their country. That's foul. That's foul. Yeah, I know, but you reap what you sow. And see, the thing about it is that, the way God works, the way the universe works, whatever you want to call it. Like, God don't like ugly. When you can sit up there and you can laugh at somebody else's pain, believe me, not a town on this earth is gonna go by that ain't gonna feel the rapture. Everybody is going to get a taste, and some people ain't gonna really even get a taste. Some people, you're not even gonna be lucky to experience something and say that I lived and I survived through it. Some people gonna die. You ain't gonna even get a second chance to repent. Everybody gonna get a little taste of something on this earth. That's why I gotta be compassionate towards people, because if I want God to be compassionate towards me, I gotta be compassionate towards. I can't always be gun-ho and angry towards everything. Nah. And it's just like this young lady said, if y'all listen to her, these different countries, they saying, no, we don't want these criminals. We're not taking them. There's already FEMA camps, concentration camps that's already been built around America. Them shit's been built 20 years ago. There used to be videos on YouTube breaking down so much shit, and YouTube cleaned house. Y'all don't even understand the videos Like the type of videos that I used to make, I don't even make those videos anymore because I can't make them anymore. Because why? They don't fall up under the guideline. The community guideline on YouTube has changed.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Tuesday night. We begin tonight with the breaking headline. Sources telling ABC News President Trump is now expected to offer buyouts to nearly all federal workers, more than 2 million Americans. So how would this work, and what's driving this? And it all comes as the White House aimed to put a freeze on billions of dollars in federal aid, effective at 5 o'clock today, but then with minutes to spare, a federal judge temporarily blocking the move. That freeze could impact millions of Americans, from seniors to school children. Questions whether this could affect Head Start, school lunches, Meals on Wheels for seniors. We have it all covered tonight, beginning with the plan to offer buyouts to millions of those federal workers. Here's our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce.
Tonight, President Donald Trump continuing his overhaul of the federal government. ABC News learning the administration is offering all well over 2 million federal employees a buyout to resign, as long as they do it by February 6th, just 9 days from now. In an email blasted to federal employees tonight, those interested in taking the buyout told to reply with one word: resign. The White House tonight saying American taxpayers pay for the salaries of federal government employees and therefore deserve employees working on their behalf who actually show up to work in our wonderful federal buildings, also paid for by taxpayers. The White House saying they would be paid out until September. All of this coming as Trump tries to root out federal spending that doesn't align with his priorities. Tonight, just minutes before the White House put in place a sweeping freeze on potentially billions of dollars in federal grants and loans, possibly impacting millions of Americans, seniors, and children across the country, a federal judge temporarily blocking it, saying it seems like the federal government currently doesn't actually know the full scope of the programs that are going to be subject to the pause. The White House today sparking major questions after it announced plans to pause and review funding for federal assistance programs for everything from free school breakfasts and lunches, Head Start for hundreds of thousands of children, and Meals on Wheels for millions of seniors.
Good afternoon, everybody.
The new White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt in her first briefing defending the move, saying it's needed to make sure these programs don't run counter to President Trump's agenda.
What does this pause mean? It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for the Green New scam that has cost American taxpayers tens of billions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies.
The broad directive immediately prompting confusion, even at much bigger programs like Medicaid, which provides health insurance for 72 million low-income Americans. States reporting the online portals down, Medicaid warning of possible payment delays due to executive orders regarding potentially unallowable grant payments. The White House says they expect the portal will be back online shortly and payments are...
Don't get sick. Don't get sick. You got somebody in your family that got diabetes. They got to go get their blood cleaned. Kidney failure. Huh? Heart pacemakers. Y'all don't realize how serious this shit is getting? Where they actually fighting in court because this shit is getting out of hand. Yeah, you know, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't. But you think just because he get rid of the tax officers that he's not going to replace them with AI? What you think he running around with Elon Musk for? This is the rise of the machine. What part y'all didn't understand? There is something about us Americans, us Native Americans, that they lied to. And they told us that we came here on a slave ship, and they keep telling you that stupid shit. And they want you to believe that. There is a hatred there. These people represent the shaitan. And I don't think you realize, like, first and foremost, one of the major signs that I seen in America that I knew shit was about to hit the fan is when you seen the Georgia Guidestones just explode. They never explained to you why. The Georgia Guidestones, and it read on the Georgia Guidestones, those two big tablets that's engraved like the Ten Commandments, that they're going to reduce the world's population down to 10%. Just mysteriously, the Georgia Guidestones just exploded. All the rich already started building their doomsday bunkers. Something big is coming. Something big is getting ready to happen. And the laws already have been put in place. I just don't think y'all understand. They said in the new world, right? You will own nothing and you will be happy. I don't know a nigga on this earth that'll be happy with not owning nothing. The reason why you'll be owning nothing and be happy is because when they get finished turning this earth upside down, when they get finished turning this earth upside down, if you could actually find somewhere to live like a smart city where you'll only have 3 outfits a year, you're going to be happy. Because the reality of it is, I'm into doomsday prepping. I like doomsday prepping. But I realize, looking at certain places where these storms, you got rivers swallowing your whole, mudslides swallowing your whole house. Your whole doomsday prepping was in the house. Your house just floated down the street. Earthquakes cracking open, swallowing your houses. Wildfires burned everything that you own to a crisp. And then after these wildfires and these storms happen, they deem the place where you from, where you live at, they put a title on it where that you can't go back. And then put military there so you can't go back. Now you got to start life all over again. And you know, some of us will think, well, I'm going to just go to the woods. Fuck it. No. Somebody bought the woods. The earth is for sale. That white couple out of California, they own the water out there. So when the fire was burning, they turned the water off. Y'all don't realize how, man, the world we living in is serious. I'm the only person buying super chat and broke. Mad Mods, time me out. Get that paper up. I don't care about y'all wrench. Hop off a plantation. You was Team Trump. If you pay attention to anything that I say, I tell you I don't trust no politicians. But I'd rather have the ugly truth than the beautiful lie. I still like some of what Trump does and what he's standing for. But at the same time, I'm also seeing that shit is getting ugly. You think for a single second that this movie, this scene that we watching, it wasn't already written? This shit was written, it was scripted over 30, 40 years ago. What you are witnessing is the Illuminati handbook. This is the Illuminati handbook, their movie script. Why you think that you could sit back and watch cartoons like The Simpsons and everything that shit that you see in The Simpsons that's being predicted is happening? It's because they all man, listen, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. You can't see? I see. Now you got to learn to play the game. Cindy Arren, he's not talking about the people of Medicaid, Medicare, SSI, food stamps, Head Start. He's looking into the spending that part of. I don't think y'all understand. Those programs are going to be canceled. They're going to be canceled. I don't really think y'all understand. I don't think y'all understand. Y'all really not, yeah, like, listen, man. If your dreams ain't telling you what this future holds, you in trouble. Nigga said, don't come knocking at my door. Listen, at the end of the day, I still like Trump. I like Adolf Hitler. What part y'all don't understand? I think Adolf Hitler was dope. Shit, I don't hate every bad guy. I don't I don't hate every bad guy. I used to be the bad guy. I don't hate every bad guy. Every time I watch a movie, I'm not always rooting for the good guy. Sometimes I like the bad guy too. I'm just living in the world where, yeah, I like Adolf Hitler. That nigga was a genius. He was a genius. I ain't got no. Why would I have a problem with him? I ain't got no beef with that man. He ain't do nothing to me. He had beef with who he had beef with. I don't have no beef with that man. Shit, y'all don't see Elon Musk saluting? I'm not the mod time with nobody out Haas. I'm watching in the cut, and it's best y'all get back to TMH or choose the system. You choose TMH or Mammon. Listen, man, on this earth, it's always going to be a tyrant. One thing I'm starting to understand more and more as I get older is that most of us poor people, we are slaves on the plantation, whether it be digital cyber slaves or we on the plantation going to work. We're slaves, especially in America, because, you know, to have to work your whole life to make somebody else rich and to be taxed for your money. And then they take your money and send your money wherever they want to send your money. Like, nah, I didn't sign up. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign my kids up for that neither. I'm sorry. I don't work for Russia. I don't work for Ukraine. I don't work for Israel. But that's who you working for. All your money that's where it's going. Your extra money, nah. That ain't how the world work. That's how we allowing it to go. Trump is one person that's shaking up. He's shaking up the world right now. One person. Just imagine if, let's just say, out of the 400 million that's in America, 4 million of us decide to put our foot down. Do you know the power of that? Which you can change? The problem is that people are programmed, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with y'all. Like, certain topics I'm gonna stop dealing with on this platform, and maybe even my Patreon, because the reality of it is that, and shout out to all my Patreons. The reality of it is that in a minute, what you call freedom of speech is not going to be freedom no more. They already showed you that with the like, shares, and subscribes, and next thing you know, you go into Facebook jail. Every time you say something, you go into Facebook jail or you losing your Instagram account. Nigga, they're teaching you what the future is going to be. You're not going to have freedom of speech. Indoctrinate niggas mad you said Hitler, but they don't know who King Leopold is. They definitely don't know who King Leopold. See, that's who y'all should be worried about. My problem ain't with Hitler. My problem was with King Leopold the First, the Second, and the Third. Thank you. Leopold is what native countries of theirs, family names were before a white man came. King Leopold was a. let me show y'all something. Because some of these people, like, yeah, they forced Hitler on you in school, but they never taught you about King Leopold. How many people did King Leopold kill in the Congo? Oh, I didn't read that out loud. Usually it'll say it. Who was King Leopold? Why is it not saying it? That's funny. It usually will say it. All right. Come on, just open this shit up. For those of y'all, in 1909 was the second king of Belgium from 1865 to 1909, the founder and the sole owner of the Congo Free State. All right, let's get into how many people did King Leopold kill in the Congo? Come on. For those of y'all that don't know, I don't know why it's giving me a hard time coming up. This is King Leopold. Y'all worried about Hitler. Y'all need to worry about King Leopold. Together, King Leopold the First, the Second, the Third, them niggas killed over 100 million blacks, Africans in the Congo. Y'all worried about Hitler. We're screwed no matter who you voted for. It's begun. Cheers. Yep. Pretty much. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you, Haas. Thank you, Cindy. Trump canceled the EV, electric vehicles and actives, while Elon gave his campaign $200 million. The titan of EVs, something. You know what? America need a dictator right now. It does. That's what's so scary. America needs a dictator because the people of America has become spoiled little children. And just look, like, you know, dealing with the black community alone. I ain't even dealing with nobody else. Dealing with the black community. First and foremost, let's just be real, right? The shit that I sat back and I watched during the rise and the fall of drill music, the shit that I sat back and I watched was heartbreaking. To watch all them young boys go to the studio, make a song, diss the dead, then die. Another little boy go to the studio, make a song, get spins on the radio, spins on YouTube. Now they sitting up there counting money, $100 bills all the way up to their chest from their hand. So now the next little boy go in the studio, he's dissing the dead. So now you got a wave of our children, the dead, the living dissing the dead and dying. And that war was sponsored by these platforms. And so many of them young boys murdered each other in the streets. And these rappers that y'all praise, where was Rakim at? Rakim was like, that was my idol. Number one. Where was Rakim at? Where was KRS-One at? Where was Nas at? Nobody had nothing to say. It was just me. To the point to where that the mayor sat up there and said, you know what? I'm going to put a stop to this music. Then Mano and all the rest of them bozos reached out to stop the mayor from trying to cancel the music out. Anytime an art form can become Freddy Krueger and it can spread through the neighborhoods and have your children killing each other, and black people don't put their foot down, you need a dictator. That's why I voted for Trump. Now it's like waiting for the ass whooping. You know you in trouble. With Trump in office right now, you know you in trouble. You know you done messed up, and he coming to clean house. So, you know, he coming home with the belt. Coming home with the belt, you know you about to get it. You better put your sweatpants on, up under your long johns, your sweatpants up under your jeans. Oh, that's right. Everybody wearing tight jeans now, so you can't put 2 pairs of jeans on to hide from that ass whooping. Yeah. Back in the days, our jeans used to be so big, we used to have 2 pairs on to keep warm because it used to be cold outside. We had cold winters. These winters right now in New York be funny. 1 minute they want to be hot, next minute they want not. We had cold winters back in the days. Let me explain something for you, man. I'm not for no politician, but I'd rather have Trump, the ugly truth, than to have Kamala whole ass. I don't want Kamala. I'd rather have Trump. It's simple. I don't trust no politicians. What parts you don't understand? But I do understand, in order for us as a people to elevate, something bad has to happen. It's simple. But I voted. Who told you I voted? I told your dumb ass to vote. I ain't get it. Like, nigga, if you think I got my fat ass up and went and stood at a voting pool, you stupid. I only told you people that was going to vote already who to vote for. If you thought that I got my fat ass up and stood online to go vote, you don't know me. You clearly don't know me. You think I'm going to go stand. I don't like standing on a line when I'm at the grocery store getting ready to buy my goddamn steak and eggs. You think I'm going to go stand out there to go vote? Go stand in the corner for being stupid. You gotta be stupid. Hell, I look like standing my fat, lazy ass up there waiting. Oh, I'm voting for Trump. No, I told you to do that, dummy. Hell, I look like standing out there waiting to vote. I ain't never voted a day in my goddamn life. Vote for what? I don't believe in the power of voting, stupid. I don't believe in the power of voting. Do you think for a single second, right, that I believe that the people's vote put Trump in office, or was he selected by the powers to be? Which one? If you think that your vote put Trump into office, press 1. If you think that the powers to be selected him, press 2 in the comment section. I'll wait. You think that the 13 families that run this world that we live in, you think that the bankers is going to let you have the power to vote their military into a stranger's? You think it's coincidental that every president is related to each other? You think it's coincidental? Would I look like I was born yesterday? Come on, my nigga. Sometimes in life, you got to learn how to play the game. You got to learn how to play the game. These niggas sitting up here got y'all looking for UFOs. Meanwhile, it's drones flying everywhere. And Trump coming out and telling y'all, because this is the game that they playing. Good cop, bad cop. You ain't never been in the goddamn detective office with them trying to solve a crime, and you sitting up there like, talk to my lawyer, and they acting like one of them want to whip you out, and the other one like, chill, chill, chill. Let me buy you McDonald's. Act and you have the same amount of people watching your live. Yeah, because they holding both of us back now. Act is being canceled. Act be having way more than this watching. I have way more than 2,400 people watching. That's because they canceling niggas, but it is what it is. They cutting back on certain YouTubers' money. The left wing and the right wing both controls the bird. Hitler knew black people were the chosen ones and our identity was stolen, offered us to fight with him, and if we helped him win, would give us land. Black people don't want to fight nobody but ourselves. That's the only thing we want to fight. Yeah, we done with talking about AK. We don't want to talk about AK no more. It's over with him. It is what it is. What else is there to talk about? He being canceled on Twitch. Twitch, and shout out to Twitch because he deserved it. I don't feel sorry for him, nigga. You deserve that. There's a line that you don't cross. There's a line that you don't cross, especially with kids. He crossed it. There's consequences behind that. I don't know if Twitch is going to take him back, but I don't care. Why would we talk about Math Hoffa? Math is hanging on to Vlad for dear life. That nigga hanging. Math is hanging on to Vlad for dear life. He know it's over. Nobody's searching for Math. He talking about me in every clip. Listen, you got to understand something. Math want me to get mad, make 1,000 videos about him so he could sit up there, he could get his lawyers. His channel was failing. He's looking for a lawsuit. Not only is he looking for a lawsuit, he wants to get quarter lap to reach out to YouTube and say, listen, this dude is bullying and harassing. He's making a bunch of videos. Nah, I'm not wasting my time with Math for what? I did what I did for Math. I helped build his platform up. I helped his platform to get to 1 million subscribers. It is what it is. Nobody can't take that away from me. He wouldn't have made history. Math wouldn't even had 100,000 subscribers if it wasn't for me. My platform was bigger than him. So it is what it is. I wish the nigga the best of luck. I ain't trying to stop nobody from feeding their family. That's sucker shit. He the one that tried to take my channel. I ain't trying to take his channel. I'm not trying to stop nobody from feeding their family. Should no man not be able to feed their family? I don't hate nobody enough to sit up there to want to take money out of their pocket. Only difference with Akademiks is that he's using his platform to seduce children. So that's why I look at him a little bit different. I don't even think Act should have a platform after what he said, what he did. I don't think so, because I don't think that Act was playing. I think that Act has this thing where he just showed the world that, you know, he don't look at children the way that they should be looked at. He look at children as if they're you know, they're a bowl of cereal. Let me just say that. So once he showed me that, me and him could never, like, we have nothing, never really to talk about. What? Nothing. Like, there's nothing. I would never sit down with Ack again after that. That's the difference between me and some of these other niggas. Niggas look for an opportunity, you know, because they want to skip the line. They want to skip progress. Nah. Once you show me shit like that, I can never sit down with you. I sit down with a rat before I sit down with a nigga that like to play with children. But I'm gonna tell y'all, right? Live life as if you're on a run and stay dangerous at the same time. Do not let nobody trick you out of your freedom. Do not go nowhere. You know, I got certain people inviting me, yo, come out to my party, come out to my party, come out to my party. Like, listen, my nigga, if I throw an event, I'm going to make sure the people that come to my event is safe. We have our little comedy hour, whatever the case may be, meet and greet. It'll be like, you know what I mean? But just going out to regular bars and like, listen, a rapper's job is to get you to come out so they can get paid. They pack the building, they perform. They don't even stick around to the end of the night to party with you. After they perform, they sneak out the club through the back door while you still in there in danger. One thing I learned is never be the last one out of the spot. Never be the last one out of the spot. It's always something that goes down. And the bottom line to it is that it's people, places, and things. People get that alcohol in them and they don't know how to act. Avoid people, places, and things. And I'm telling you right now, if you riding around with plastic or tape over your license plate and you in the New York, New Jersey area, take it off. Because it's a matter of time before they catch you and they're going to lock you up. In New York, they stopping you on the toll bridges. They stopping you on certain highways. They blocking the whole highway off and pulling cars to the side, to the right side of the highway, and they running down on cars that have plastic that's covering the license plate. Don't find yourself in a situation where they declare martial law. Because even a crime like that, I have you a little simple shit where you covering your license plate, that shit will have you in hot water and you thinking that, oh, I just covered my license plate. No, nigga, you going to jail. Under martial law, you don't want to have to deal with that. All of our so-called black athletes, actors, rappers all own a tiny hat. See, this comment right here is you playing with fire and you asking to get my page taken away. Like, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what you're doing. You clearly know what you're doing. Don't try to get my page taken away. I don't play with those people. These niggas own this platform. Don't do that. And as a matter of fact, to any of the mods out there that's watching, anybody in the comment section that's mentioning them small hats by name, erase that comment out of my comment section. Erase it. You ain't got to block a person, but erase it. Don't do that. Don't try to get I work way too hard to build my audience and build my brand. To have somebody come up in the comment section and then you just knowingly gonna sit up there. I can sit up there and say I like whoever I like. But when you sit up there and you play Kanye West, now I'm not gonna play Kanye West. I'm sorry. I don't have billions like Kanye where I could afford, or I'm not like Candace Owens. I can't afford to be canceled and have my page taken away. Like, don't do that. Absolutely not. Don't do that. I don't come into your job playing with you in front of your boss. Don't come over here in this plantation with Massa looking. You know Massa looking. Don't play with me like that. Y'all niggas be knowing what y'all doing when y'all do that shit too. You up here talking some bullshit when it come to truck. I'm talking some bullshit. I'm looking at what's going on, and I don't like everything that's going on. It's not bullshit. It's how I personally feel. Listen, man, I don't like seeing people being caught away and thrown in jail. They're sitting up. I'm watching women that have daycares. The parents is coming to get their kids out of the daycare because the woman that owns the daycare is going to jail because she's been running a daycare for 20 years. But I guess for whatever reason, there was nothing forcing her to get her papers. Now she got to go to jail and get deported. No, I don't think it. Like, if that's bullshit to you, it is what it is. I don't care. I sympathize with certain people. I'm sorry. That's just me. I don't like that. I don't like that. Most black people are miserable. So they'll sit up there and say most black people are miserable because most of them are fucking failures in America. That's why you worship the celebrity. How the hell you worshiping celebrities when you should hate them? How you worshiping celebrities when you should hate them? Which one of them celebrities you seen take $100 million of their money and go sit up there, open up some supermarkets and some hospitals, some daycares, some clinics? How many of them did you see invest in some any kind of information that teaches us how to, just heal our bodies? Little simple shit. Giving us classes on how to heal our bodies. Little simple shit that they could do. Books. They're not doing nothing. They'll give you a turkey in a book bag. That's all you worth, is a turkey in a book bag. I don't worship celebrities. I don't like them. You do. You wish you was white, bro? Yeah, I do. I do wish I was white. I absolutely do wish I was white. I sure enough do. I sure enough do wish I was part of a race of people that you worship. I sure enough do. You think it feel good to be black? Huh? You think it feel good for me to be black? You think I want to be one of you? Why would I want to be something where half the community sat up there and took memes, knowing that when I broke down the Bronx River, it was because I was having a mental meltdown because of what a grown man did to me when I was a little boy. And all of the black people sat up there and laughed at me. But meanwhile, White Twitch canceled Akademiks for playing with that little white boy. But Black America, y'all wasn't focused on me. Y'all didn't give a goddamn about me. Why would I want to be you? You know how many black people told me I can't come back to the hood? And what was going to happen if I came back to the hood? What happened when young Dolph went back to the hood? What happened to XXX Extension? Huh? Where he at? What happened to Mo 3? Riding through the hood. What happened? Where's FBG Duck? Better yet, what happened to Nipsey Hussle? So I'm supposed to feel good to be amongst the black KKK? Nah, my nigga. You thought you said something smart? Nah, my nigga. Haj, you sound compromised just like celebrities. TBH, legit question. How are you any different when you scared and controlled by the same people? First and foremost, you want me to sit up here and lose the money that I feed, because y'all clearly see that my children live better than your fucking children, right? And I'm talking to you that just asked me the question, right? You clearly see that. But you want me to get up here and you want to bait me by calling me scared to say something that'll cancel my paycheck, right? So you want me to wear that. Other people can't send me a super chat because you think that I'm stupid. So I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to prove to you that I ain't scared. And I'm going to stick my chest out and lose millions of dollars? By disrespecting my employee on their platform? Man, get out of my face. I don't know who sent you, but you need to go back. Compromise? For what? Because I won't let you be, like, because you trying to, you really trying to trick me out of my financial freedom. That's what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to let you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would I let you trick me out of my financial freedom? Fuck, I look like calling somebody on the phone. Hey, yo, think I could borrow $20? Nah, I got a family to take care. Play the game. It's called chess, not checkers. You ever heard the expression, never bite the hand that feeds you? You ain't playing military mind games with me. I'm way too smart for that. And see, one thing about me, I think y'all don't understand that I don't give a fuck that Charleston White guy, when he talk about he in character, nigga, he stole that shit from me. But I'm not in character. I don't give a damn about what you feel. See, the thing about it is with HASSAN Campbell on this platform right here, this shit right here, nigga, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. I'm bold and disrespectful. Bold and disrespectful. Put that shit in subtitles, nigga. I'm bold and disrespectful. Compromised. Real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they told to do. I do what the fuck I want to do. Compromised? No. How would I be compromised when our people move like every man for itself? Don't get this messed up. It's every man for himself. We ain't no village. Trump in the comment section deporting people. We ain't no village. We ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. We don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. And the little pot that I have to boil on the stove to make my tea, you trying to take that away from me. Get your hand out of my pocket. Who sent you? So we French now? Like, nah. It ain't a, how Beanie Siegel said in that song, it ain't a us or we or I'm a thing. It's a good, bad, comma thing. We ain't together. We shall overcome. No, we not together. We refuse to stand with each other. Because the reality of it is, there's no way in hell that we not supposed to have our own third party that we created going to those polls and deciding to put in position, like, first and foremost, right? Let me just keep it all the way funky, right? Let me be myself. We are stolen people on stolen land. We are stolen people on stolen land. That's the part that they leave out. We didn't come over here on a boat. You think for a single second that I want to vote for my position of power back? Do you really think that I want to vote? And then wait for the same colonizers that stole my land. You think that I want to vote and wait for them to give me the decision on the news of whose vote won? What do I look like? I'm stupid? Vote? Y'all gotta understand something, man. When you're dealing with a bloodline, these bloodlines, these people, they go back to the beginning of time. That's what you call a bloodline. You could trace their bloodline back over 2,000 years. You can't trace your bloodline back over 2,000 years. See, the difference between us and them, we have been conquered. So we don't know what villages, what towns, what cities we come from. Most of us don't even know our great-great-grandparents. Most of us don't even know our great-great-great-grandparents. After your grandparents, you got the great-grandparents. You barely know your great-grandparents. Your great-grandparents' parents, you don't know them at all. You don't even know your name. You don't even, most of us, let's be real, right? If you know the name of your great-grandparents' parents, press 1 in the comment section. If you don't know the name of your not your great-grandparents, but their parents, that's only a couple of generations away. Press 2 in the comment section if you don't know it. Most of us don't know our great-great-grandparents. Nobody ain't sat down and taught us shit about them. Most of the niggas I know don't even know their father. Most of the niggas I know don't even know their father. How you know your grandfather? How do you know your grandfather if you don't know your father? Papa was a rolling stone. I love Hitler. He was turning his enemies' TV off, and unlike black people, we turning each other's TV off like how Sway. We want to go marching, but not fighting. Yeah. Like, stop playing military mind games. I agree with you 100% about the transatlantic slave trade being volume. It was only one slave boat found of alleged 20K. You spot on there. However, if we not a village, why Judge Jim Jones? Because I have to judge a nigga that intentionally led so many people. Like, you gotta understand something. A captain takes control of his ship. I know way too many niggas doing bids in jail behind Jim Jones, and that's what I don't like about him. I know way too many niggas that's in jail and way too many niggas that done died behind niggas like him that ain't even like that. But because he in a position of having the industry and being able to get on stages and perform, niggas worship that nigga. And a lot of dudes, like, come on, once you listen to that conversation between him and Melly, why would you tell Melly to do something to Tekashi 6ix9ine, a little kid? Tekashi was a little kid to them niggas. He was a little kid to them. Then the streets be sitting up there talking about, oh, Tekashi's a snitch. Tekashi was never built like that. He should have never been involved in that type of lifestyle. Where I come from, Nick, let me tell you something, man. I'll say this, right? Without getting into crimes that I've done, and because I've been convicted of a murder that they broke down to assault in the first. And make a long story short, now I'm not even gonna get into that. What I will say is, there was niggas around me when I was younger. When it was time to do dirt, I told certain niggas like, yo, nah, this ain't for you. You can't come. Because I knew when it was time for them to deal with the next, because they'll be there, ready to participate, get wild and get ugly. But I knew they wasn't built for prison. And it was time to stand up in front of that court. They wasn't going to be built for that shit. So they didn't come along with the ride. Jim Jones misled a whole nation of black people. And Casanova 2 times, one of the charges that he got, he was charged with being a billboard for gang culture. This is what they charged him with. for promoting gang culture in the feds. But you gonna tell me you ain't gonna charge Jim Jones with that, and he's part of an indictment? And I ain't really even trying to turn this live into Jim Jones, because honestly speaking, I don't even want to talk about the nigga no more. I'm done with him. It is what it is. People want to still worship the industry. Go ahead. You want to build the village, you start with your children. You want to build the village, you start with your wife. You want to build the village, you start with your cousins, your friends, some of the people that work with you on a job. Matter of fact, some of your family might not even want to be a part of your village. Sometimes you got to start with new people. Sometimes you might have to go through World War III. The earth just cracks open and explodes. And now you meeting new people on the road. And you might have to start with them like the TV series The Walking Dead. Everybody not trying to go in the same direction you going in. We're not going in the same direction. We don't even want the same things. Everything that I accumulated for myself, I want for my brother. Everything that I accumulated for myself, I want for my friends. The problem is that niggas don't want to work with you to get it. They want to sit back and they want you to give it to them. And that's not going to work. Because if you keep on giving and giving and giving, you'll never have no savings. Each and every person that's watching me, your number one goal is supposed to, like, listen, if you lose your job today, your goal should be at least to be able to pay your bills on your own for a whole year straight. If you lose your job, you should be able to pay your rent, your bills for a whole year straight. And if you can't pay your bills for a whole year straight, make that a priority. Save your money so it can save you. Some of these people that be asking you for money, they got money. They just want to spend your money. They got it. They want to spend your money. You know how disrespectful it is for a nigga to ask you for some money and then turn around and go buy some weed? You done dug in your stash like, you know what, I ain't even really got it like that, but I'm going to give it to him. And then they turn around and take your money and go buy weed? Marcus said that would be like 40,000 minimum for me. Yeah. And that's probably just the rent. That's probably just the rent to keep a roof over your head. Come on, man. We getting ready to go into ugly times. And honestly speaking, I'm going to be real with y'all. You know, me buying another Benz, I just bought another Benz, and I don't think that was a smart move. But I think I deserve it. I'm being honest. Because I don't know what the future holds for any of us. I don't know what the future holds for us in America right now. What, you know, America is getting ready to collapse. And what y'all got to understand is, in order for them to come with the new currency, is out with the old, in with the new. Everything has to collapse. In the process of everything collapsing, a lot of people are going to lose everything. And we have to be mentally prepared for that. We are getting ready to enter a new world order. And we mentally have to be prepared for that. Old laws are going out, new laws are coming in. We are on the brink of Armageddon. We on the brink of World War III. We dealing with pole shifts. We dealing with cloud seedings. We dealing with HARP. We dealing with military police running around. We dealing with gang culture. We dealing with people that's looking like they being taken over by demonic entities and spirits. It's like I'm seeing crimes like I don't have it in me to kill my mother. So to see somebody actually take a knife and stab their mother to death, it's like, yo, dogs, what spirit you let jump inside you? I don't have that in me. Yes, me and my crew, we've killed before. Yes, we have. But to kill my mother? Nah. My children? The shit that I'm seeing? You'll be dealing with me very soon thanks to technology and AI, open source. Who the hell are you talking to? I know you ain't talking about me. Dealing with you very soon? Okay. See you soon, my nigga. Some of us tech nerds, the whole planet, that what I'm talking to, I'm very gifted and dramatic. Let me tell you something, man. I think all of us, I don't think none of us are safe in this new world coming. And I think that as kids, we used to play hide and go seek. I think that as adults, we need to ask ourselves, if we had to run, even though we don't know what we've run it from, if we had to go on a run, where would we go? That's a question that everybody that's watching me tonight should ask themselves. And even you, like, even the Mexicans, Jamaicans, Haitians, whoever's over here that came over here working, you telling me that if they catch you, there's a possibility that they're going to send you to Guantanamo Bay? You don't want to go there. You smell ICE coming to knock at your door, you better have a disappearing plan. When them people get ready to come knocking at your door, you better be prepared to disappear. You better have somewhere to go. You don't want to go to Guantanamo Bay. Ladies Love Entertainment Music Group, thank you for sponsoring this wall. Appreciate you, family. You know, it's simple. When I sit back and I analyze, you know, it's sort of like these people are preparing for something big to happen. The question is, why aren't we preparing for something big to happen? If you anything like me, you got spidey senses. You could feel and you could sense and you could see something ain't right. You know, it's like we one button being pushed away from World War III. And all of the signs is there. And it's like, how DMX said, I'm ready to meet them because where I'm living ain't right. White hate black, black hate white. It's right back to the same fight. They got us suspected of war, but the real war is to follow the laws of the Lord. I'm ready to meet them. The only thing that belongs to you when you leave this world is your book of deeds. The only thing that you taking with you to the afterlife, the only money that you could take is your state of righteousness. It's the only thing that's leaving with you. Me personally, you know, I do believe in heaven and hell. I firmly believe in God. And I believe that, you know, for us, some of us people here, we were meant to do righteous things. We were meant to be good. I don't believe that a soul is going to enter the next world without being judged. That's just me. There's no way in hell people could be as evil as Nimrod, as evil as King Leopold the First, the Second, the Third, as evil as the Ku Klux Klan. You can't be that evil in God, in the universe, and the hellfire ain't gonna snatch you. Now I sit up there and I listen to people try to break down history, and this came about this year and that came about that year. How the fuck you gonna tell me what year a Bible or anything came when you can't show me when technology came around? Because it's a lie. When God tells you that there's nothing new up under the sun, when God tells you that there's nothing new up under the sun, and then you start to realize when you watch Star Wars and Star Trek, everything that they showed us on TV 40 years ago that we didn't have, just 40 years ago, it's no way we can have that. It's no way I'd be talking on a Bluetooth. It's no way in hell. 20 years ago, just 20 years ago, 10 years ago, if you told me that I'd be able to look at people across the world and they would know my name and see me as I see them, like on Star Trek. If you told me when I used to watch Meet George Jetson, that stupid cartoon from back in the days, that I would actually be here to see them developing the first flying cars. This technology been here from the beginning of time. Do you know that they have islands on this earth right now that's living in the Stone Age? They don't deal with none of this technology. They don't have none of this technology that we have right now. Could you believe that? So I want y'all to just think, right? Because this earth, the planets that, I mean, the countries and continents that they showing us, there's more that they're not showing us. And I'm telling you that. Believe it or not. So the technology that we have right now, right? Do y'all realize that there's people that's 1,000 years more advanced than us right here on this earth? I'm not talking about outer space. I'm not talking about aliens. Do you realize that this land that's untouched, this airspace that's untouched, and they're not telling us? Technology didn't just start. Technology been here. Do your homework. Steve Jobs made the iPhone 25 years ago. They wouldn't let him release it. The iPhone was invented 25, 30 years ago. Do your homework. But they kept us behind with the old the big stupid phone, then the flip phone after the rotary phone. Yeah. That iPhone been around. These people keep us in darkness. They keep us dumb. And every time somebody black invents something or think they invented something and try to get a patent on it, well, we already know it's sort of like the people that hit the lottery. You ever heard the curse of the lottery? Motherfucker hit the lottery, then they end up dead. Thoughts on Kanye West becoming a billionaire? Kanye West been a billionaire. That ain't nothing new to us. Putin told citizens aboard to return to Russia because they all know what's coming. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. All platforms, ladies love music entertainment group. Yeah, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, but the truth of the matter is that even when you have all your senses, if you're not going to do something, Ryan, thank you for sponsoring this war. If you're not going to do something with what you're reading, then what's the point? Most that we can do in this world, man, is watch the company that you keep. Make sure the people that surround you is on the same page. If you need them, they're going to have your back. If they need you, you're going to have their back. And that's it. And them freeloaders, the people that's just sitting around trying to see what else extra you got for them, get them niggas out of your life. You know, the people that call you on the phone, and every time you speak to them, they salty and they just filling you out, and you on the phone, and it's just that, why am I even on the phone? When you got to think to yourself, why am I even on the phone with a person? That's the person you need to get out of your life. If you can't fix the problem, then dead the problem. You can't fix it, then dead it. You ever got on the phone with somebody in the morning time, and you jump on the phone, and that one person you got on the phone with early in the morning just disrupts your whole morning, then changed your whole energy, your whole frequency? Like, nah. Ain't got no time for that. Absolutely not. Start testing the people around you. If you got somebody that you always look out for, act like you need them. I want y'all to start testing people around you. Ask people for something, even though you don't need it, just to see if they give it to you. Test them. Don't wait until you find yourself in a situation where you really, really need that person or these people. And then you find out then that you're by yourself. No, test people. I don't give a damn. You got niggas running around you. Yeah, I can fight. Oh, you can fight? Yeah, you gonna get it on. If we got to fight, test them. Make sure the people that you got around you, whoever they say they are, make sure they are that. Whoever you say you are, make sure they are that. Our lives have not ever been a game, so stop playing with it, loved ones. People will suck you dry and won't have nothing to give you back. Absolutely nothing. Nah, test people. Friends today, enemy tomorrow. It bees like that. You can be friends today, enemies tomorrow. I wouldn't give a damn if it's your husband and your wife. That's the biggest struggle you're gonna go through. Sometimes it's the woman in your life. Sometimes it's the man in your life. You better test the people around you to see where they at. Test them. Know who you dealing with. I just tested my own father yesterday. I asked him if he could buy a car part for me, and he said no, even though I never asked him for anything in my 47 years of life. I know that really had to hurt. I know that had to hurt. Yeah, you definitely got to test him. Now, if he was broke, now don't get me wrong, if he was broke and he didn't have it, you know, you can't get mad at a person if they don't have it. Can't get mad at the person if they don't have it. But see, the reality of it is that, you know, it's like I said in one of my previous pre-recorded videos that I just made. I've asked certain people to do certain things for me recently, And I'm like, wow. Wow. My wife get on my nerves one half of the time. But one thing I know, when it comes to certain shit, she definitely got my back. You better make sure whoever you laying down with, they got your back. Because I can tell you right now, some of these other people I done asked to do little shit or whatever the case may be, and you ask them, you ain't gonna get nothing out of them. And I seen that, and my whole thing is like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna get mad. Just make sure you don't need me. And then I listen to people, oh, what you gonna do when YouTube is going? Like, nigga, if you think I'm not saving some of my motherfucking pennies, when YouTube is going, I go get a job just like you. The only difference is I have a stash, dummy. I hate when people ask me that. What you gonna do when YouTube is going? You know you can't do YouTube forever. I get a job like your ass. Like, damn, why niggas act like, why people ask you the dumb, they ask you some dumb shit like that. A worst case scenario, and it just got that bad, and there was no other money, I'll get a fucking job like regular people have a regular fucking job. Duh. Even though I don't want to work for nobody, like why is it the trick question? Would I look like I'm too stupid to get a job? Like somebody won't hire me? Like I don't have 1,000 people offering me jobs now. Like, yo, Hans, you can come work with me. I don't want a job. When these videos play on YouTube and you see the commercials, that's what I get paid for. I like it. So, you know, all the good things come to an end. Like, really? You mean like No Limit? You mean like Rockefeller? You mean like Bad Boy? Huh? Yeah, I see a lot of record labels and yeah. But they all right though. Master P still all right. He's still doing good. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Stop wishing a nigga into poverty. But yeah, my kids gotta get up in the morning. But y'all stay tuned. I'm pretty much gonna go live in the morning. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna go live on my Raw and Uncut channel or I'm gonna go live on my own Snapbox TV. It is what it is. Y'all hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before I'm out.